Good morning, students. In the previous class, we are discussing about the classification of organisms based on unicellular and multicellular, that is based on the number of cells. Okay. At the same time, depending upon whether the organisms contain well developed nucleus or not, based on that we have discussed prokaryotes and eukaryotes, and we have discussed cell membrane. Okay, then after knowing the cell membrane, let's see what are the functions of cell membrane. So can you recall that why cell membrane is called selectively permeable membrane? As the cell membrane, it helps to it will allow only certain molecules to move in and out of the cell. So for that purpose, they are called as selectively permeable, or they are also called as semi-permeable membrane. So you have to remember either selectively permeable or semi-permeable membrane. Now let's move on to functions. Functions of plasma membrane. Functions of plasma membrane. Okay, so let's see one by one. The first role is diffusion. So diffusion means it is the movement of molecules from region of higher concentration to region of lower concentration through semi-permeable membrane. Semi-permeable membrane means nothing but here it is plasma membrane. Once again, diffusion is the movement of molecules from the region of higher concentration to region of lower concentration through semi-permeable membrane. So let's write the definition of that. It is the movement of molecules from the region of higher concentration to region of lower concentration to the region of lower concentration through semi-permeable membrane. So here important thing is that movement of molecule. So what the molecules means, it includes water, gases, ions, salts, whatever it may be. So it general terms refers to the movement of molecule. So let's explain how these molecules they move in and out of the cell. So here we use the word diffusion mainly to express the movement of gaseous molecules. Okay, so let's see that how diffusion takes place in case of lower organism, that is amoeba. So let's see that diffusion in amoeba or unicellular organism. Look at here. So here we have written a unicellular organism like amoeba. In this, with the help of this diagram, let's explain how the movement of molecules will take place. So in order to survive, organisms they require oxygen. Okay. Here, amoeba, it will take the oxygen from the environment and leave the carbon as we do. Okay, we'll take oxygen and we remove carbon dioxide from the body. Same here also it will be takes place. Amoeba, it will take oxygen and remove carbon dioxide. And how this process will be takes place? So look at here, the concentration of oxygen. So oxygen is O2. The concentration of oxygen, it is very high in the surrounding medium. So if you take amoeba, the surrounding medium, it is very rich in oxygen, and this oxygen, it is low in the case of cytoplasm. Say, look at here, the oxygen level is low. Okay, because it uses oxygen for different process, so that oxygen level is very less in the body. Then this creates difference in the concentration, means they are outside the body they contain more oxygen, and inside the cell they contain less oxygen. So this causes differences in the concentration. So these differences in the concentration, it makes the molecules to move from higher region to lower region. So a very best example is that, say after raining, so you just take a dig and store some water. Okay, so after just beside that you dig one more pit. Okay, then we have two pits in that. Then if you make a small hole, then what happens, the water molecule they move from where it contains more water towards the another side. So this is why, because so wherever the water is deposited more, it always try to move in some lower regions, so lower concentration, low lying area, like that. So here also, wherever there is a less molecule, so in that particular region it makes the molecules to move inside. See now here the oxygen level is very less, so it makes the molecules to move inside the cell. So again, as the oxygen molecules they move inside the cell, it has to cross the plasma membrane. So hence the movement of oxygen molecule, it passes through semi-permeable membrane by the process of diffusion. So same reverse, the carbon dioxide it has to be go outside. So again here the carbon dioxide concentration is more in the cell and less in the surrounding medium. Then in that cases, the carbon dioxide it move outside the cell. It move outside the cell through the semi-permeable membrane. So this way, in generally, exchange of gases means oxygen and carbon dioxide. This exchange of gases takes place through semi-permeable membrane. So this is process what we call diffusion. In generally, diffusion, it is the process of movement of molecule from region of higher concentration to region of lower concentration through semi-permeable membrane. So this is the first role of plasma membrane. Now let's move on to second one, osmosis. See, osmosis, there will be slight variation. See, movement of molecules there. So just I will replace this. Movement of solvent. Okay. Just a single word difference in that between osmosis and diffusion. So again, it is the movement of solvent from region of higher concentration to region of lower concentration through semi-permeable membrane. This is what we call osmosis. So here we use the word solvent. So solvent here nothing but it is a water molecule containing some dissolved salt. So here, what is the difference between then diffusion and osmosis? Osmosis is any kind of movement of molecule, but here in respect to osmosis, it is only the movement of water molecule. But in diffusion, it may be a gases or it may be a water or any other substances. That's why osmosis is only nothing but movement of water molecule and it contains some dissolved minerals. So this is about osmosis. So here, in order to move the water from one particular region to another particular region, so there should be concentration gradient. Concentration gradient means differences in the concentration. So this concentration gradient or differences in the concentration, it is because of presence of osmotic solutions. So let's see what is meant by osmotic solution and what are the different types of osmotic solutions. Once again, I am going to repeat this. In order to move water molecule from region of higher concentration to lower concentration, in order to move, there should be the differences in the concentration. Okay, the differences in the concentration of solution is what we call osmotic solution. If there is a differences in the osmotic solution, the molecules move from region of higher concentration to region of lower concentration. This is what we call osmotic solution. So osmotic solution, again we have further categorized into three types. So this includes isotonic, hypotonic, and third one hypertonic. So these are the three different types of osmotic solution. So this includes isotonic, hypotonic and hypertonic. So let's see that first one, isotonic solution. So let's explain this concept with the help of diagram. So look at here. Okay, let's take a compartment. Two compartments are there and they are separated by a semi-permeable membrane. So consider this is semi-permeable membrane. So semi-permeable membrane, it allows molecules to move in and out of the cell. Okay. Here these two compartments are separated by a plasma membrane. Then here in both the case, in both the compartment we have taken same concentration of a particular solution. Say for example sugar solution we have taken. So in both A and B compartment the solution of the concentration should be same. What is actually the concentration? Let's explain, give an example. Here you take 1 spoon of sugar, and you are going to dissolve in 1 cup of water. Okay, that is what we call one particular concentration. So just pour it in the compartment A. take the same concentration, that is 1 spoon of sugar, dissolve in water, and again pour this in the another compartment, that is B. Now both the compartment, they contain same concentration of the sugar solution. So here, if both the compartment containing the same concentration, there is a movement of molecule takes place in both the direction. So here this water molecule, they move from A to B. At the same time, water molecules also takes place from B to A. It will be takes place in the both the direction. But the thing is that as the concentration is same, they contain equal quantity of water in both the compartment. So here there is no net gain or loss of the water molecule, because here the whatever the molecule is going from other compartment, it's the same molecule coming from here also, so that they make an equal distribution of water. So this kind of solution is what we call isotonic. So isotonic solution means it is the equal concentration, so in that we don't gain or any loss of water molecules. So this is about isotonic. Next we'll move on to second category, hypotonic. Hypotonic solution. So let's see that what is meant by hypotonic solution. So here the concentration of the cell, okay, so in a cell, if you place in any particular medium, the surrounding media that is surrounding a particular cell, the concentration of it will be very low. Concentration means here nothing but sugar molecule. So let's see that. Let me explain hypotonic with example. Now I have taken a cell, okay, cell containing nucleus. So this is the cytoplasm. Here the cell which is placed in a medium, surrounding medium, it is a solution. Solution nothing but, say for example, sugar solution. Okay, let's take sugar solution. Here the concentration what we are using here, this nothing but presence of dissolved salt or any dissolved substance in water. So this we have to keep it in mind. Okay, presence of dissolved substance, either you can take a sugar or it may be a salt, whatever it may be, the dissolved substance in the water, that refers to concentration. Means here within the cell as well as outside the cell there is some particular concentration. Okay, so here if the concentration of the surrounding media it is more, means it contains more water and less sugar. I am going to take one particular example. Okay, here we are discussing about the concentration, means dissolved substance in water. Say let's take here surrounding media, they contain more water and less sugar. Similarly within the cell it contains less water and more sugar. Okay, So we can say that means concentration here, if you are taking a dissolved substance, if you take water, you can take concentration of water also. So as it will make some confusion, that's why first we'll concentrate only about the dissolved substance. So here we have taken sugar. So think about that. Okay. Now surrounding medium contain more water, less sugar, and in the cell they contain less water and more sugar. Now you have to tell me that which the water, where you find more. So as you obviously know that they will surrounding having more water. Okay, so as there is a higher concentration of water is there, so the water molecule they move inside the cell because water is more and water is less. Because of differences in the concentration, because of these differences in the concentration, the water molecule they move inside the cell. They move inside the cell. This movement of water molecule from region of higher concentration to region of lower concentration. So this is an osmosis process. Okay, as osmosis taking place within the cell, it is going inside the cell. Hence this kind of osmosis is also called as, it is an endosmosis. So these are the types of osmosis, means here the water molecule is inside the cell. So this is, let's see that after endosmosis, then what happen if it is placed in plant animal cell. While discussing about types of osmosis, we will discuss that. Okay, once again, hypotonic solution means if you place a cell in a surrounding media that contain more water and less sugar, there is a movement of water molecule from region of higher concentration to region of lower concentration. Okay, so that process is called endosmosis, means the water molecule is moving inside the cell. This is endosmosis. Generally what we have to remember, if a cell placed in hypotonic solution, always endosmosis takes place. So this concept you have to keep in your mind. Okay, next one, hypertonic solution. Hypertonic. So let's see. So reverse we have to discuss here. Say less water, more sugar. Here more water and less sugar. More water and less sugar. Okay, here see that the water molecules are very less surrounding the medium and more water inside the cell. In that case what happens? So here the water molecules they move from cell to outside surrounding medium. Here it is moving from cell to surrounding medium. It is going out of the cell. This kind of movement is called as exosmosis. It is called as exosmosis. Means in generally if any cell they are placed in hypertonic solution. In that cases, it loses its contents, so that the molecule, what is the water molecule present in the cell, it will go outside. It is going outside, hence it is called as exosmosis. So these are the different types of osmotic solution. So afterwards, now let's see what are the different types of osmosis. So as we just know that exosmosis and endosmosis. So let's explain that. So let it be here only. Exosmosis and endosmosis. Now first we'll begin with endosmosis. These are the different types of osmosis. Okay, osmosis is that nothing but movement of molecule from region of higher concentration to region of lower concentration. Okay, so again it is categorized into two types, endosmosis and exosmosis. If a cell placed in a hypotonic solution, endosmosis takes place. As we observed here, the water molecule move from outside to inside the cell. If it is taking place, if the water molecule keep on moving inside the cell, what happen? Actually, the cell will get swell up. For example, if you keep on eating, then daily without doing any exercise, what will happen? Will become very fat. Like that. So here also, as the water molecule moving, taking means continuously, they will become swell. Again, if you take an animal cell and a plant cell, there will be a difference. Okay, if you take an animal cell and place in a hypotonic solution, as there is an endosmosis takes place, ultimately the animal cell will get rupture because the pressure will be more inside the cell, it will burst the animal cell. But it will not happen in such case in the case of plant cell. Why? Because so cell outside the plant cell, plasma membrane in the plant cell, they contain a cell wall. The cell wall, it is highly rigid, it will maintain shape and rigidity of the cell so that the plant cells will not die, but the animal cell will get burst. So this is happen in case of endosmosis. Why it is called endosmosis? Endo refers to inside, as the water molecule moving inside the cell, hence it is endosmosis. So coming to hypertonic solution, as a plant or animal cell placed in hypertonic solution, exosmosis will take place. Exosmosis means the water molecule, they move from cell to outside the medium. As the cell, the content as it move outside, so hence the name exo refers exit. I think you might observe in the cinema theaters, they use the word exit refers to that we have to go that in that particular direction. Here also exo refers to it is moving, they are moving away from the cell, so hence it is what we call exosmosis. So what happen if a plant and animal cell, if it is placed in hypertonic solution, as they loses water content, the cell will become shrink because all the content of that, the water molecule, as they move outside, the cell will become shrink. So this is happen in case of plant or animal cell. Okay, so this is about the type of osmosis and the hyper and hypotonic solution. So next role of that one is the plasma membrane. It provides the third function, the plasma membrane. So let's see, the next function of plasma membrane is it acts as a boundary. It protects the inner content of the cell. So plasma membrane protects inner content of the cell, This is another role of plasma membrane. So next one, it is passive transport. It helps in passive transport. Let's see what is passive. Here, as we observed that the molecules move from region of higher concentration to region of lower concentration. So this movement, it does not require any energy at all. That's why such kind of the movement is what we call passive transport. Means here movement of molecules takes place without using energy or without expenditure of energy is what we call passive transport. So energy here nothing but ATP. So ATP, it is the energy currency of the cell. So ATP stands for, it is adenosine triphosphate. It is adenosine triphosphate. So here the molecules move from higher concentration to lower concentration. The next role is active transport. So here again the movement of molecules takes place, but here they use energy. So the movement of molecules takes place by using energy. You see that why they use energy? Let's say an example. Here they use energy because to move the molecule from region of lower concentration to higher concentration. Hence they require energy. Say for example, so I'm going to drop this chalk piece from top to bottom, okay, so that it will go, as a gravity is there, so it will go fast and it does not require any energy at all. But if I want to lift the chalk piece from the floor to up, I require energy, because so we are going against the gravity, right? Here similarly, here also, where there is a high concentration is there, it will go to lower concentration in a low energy. But in case of active transport, it is moving against the concentration, means there is a less concentration to higher concentration. In that cases they use energy. This is what we call passive transport. So these are the few functions of plasma membrane. So in the next class we will discuss about another concept. Thank you.